right. I think we're finally making some headway. I think so. Facebook, are you? Aha! Okay. I think we're on. Hello. Can anybody hear me? Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, can I get a thumbs up? Can I get... Who's on with me today? Who is on? Okay, I'm going to tag some people just to see. All right, guys. I'm looking for some friends to join. So I'm gonna start talking, but first I want to show you guys something I just found. Hello. I'm having fun with these. I didn't know this was here, and so I'm gonna do my intro like this. Hello all. If you're just joining me, if this is your first time joining me, then you probably think I'm a weirdo, but I just found these crowns, and so I have to use them. I'm super excited about today's class, and I hope you are too. I think that maybe we're gonna have to get started without people signing on, and you guys will have to find this video later and watch it, and I hope you will enjoy the crown. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Pili Bailey. I am a wellness advocate for doTERRA International. I'm a yoga teacher, and I also have a master's in chemistry, and I have worked for over 12 years in the pharmaceutical, nutraceutical, supplementation, food, and body care area of patent research. So I am very familiar with medical and pharmaceutical and synthetic-based methods for healthcare. And I'm also a health and wellness coach, and I'm passionate about educating people on natural solutions for themselves and for their family. I found for myself that using essential oils has given me a sense of empowerment and an ability to really feel like I can take full control and ownership of my own health and the health of my family. And so it's my pleasure and my passion to share that with you guys via Facebook or any way that we can connect. So I also do one-on-ones, and so even if you don't live in my area, we can do a one-on-one via Skype. Yes, Breezy, this is happening right now. I am live, and I just found this little hat thing, and I love it, so I had to try this. So yes, this is happening. This is happening right now, and I'm going to go ahead and take the filter off so that somebody joining doesn't think that I am a nutso. Yes, so glad you guys are here today. I'm glad you guys are here, and I'm hoping that I can, oh, I don't know how to get this off. Let me do that. Aha, I did it. All right, so today we're going to be talking about pregnancy, birth, and baby, okay? One thing that we have to talk about before we talk about pregnancy, birth, and baby is fertility. That's one way that we become pregnant, right? Is that we have optimal fertility happening. So I just want to give you guys a few recommendations that I have, and then we're going to dive right into using essential oils to support pregnancy, to support birth, and to help us after we have the baby. So one of the books that I'll be using and getting a lot of information from is called Essential Oils for Pregnancy, Birth, and Babies. It is by Stephanie Fritz. She's a midwife and also a wellness advocate for doTERRA, and she actually has a Facebook group called The Essential Midwife. So you can reach out to her on Facebook if you have further questions that you would like answered, or you can look up this book, Essential Oils for Pregnancy, Birth, and Baby, on Amazon. So a lot of the information that I will be talking to you about comes from there. Another resource that I really recommend, it's kind of a big book and it's a heavy book and it's like a textbook, so if you're not really into that kind of thing, then you may not want to get it, but it's called Essential Oil Safety, and it's by Robert Tisserand and Rodney Young, and this is the second edition. And one reason that I really love it is because it delves into the science of the essential oils. It talks about the toxicity, the different essential oil profiles, and it breaks down the essential oil into its constituents, and then it also has a section where you can look up each individual constituent and look at the toxicology information on that. So I really enjoy it. Plus there's lots and lots of references, so if you're the kind of person that likes to do your research, as I am, then it'll give you lots of references that you can use to continue to look up information to support your health and well-being. So one more recommendation I have. If you are in that phase of life where you're trying to naturally plan your family, some people who are like me, they don't really want to use hormones and they don't really want to use things that are going to dysregulate their system, so they want a more natural way of family planning. Well, I have this app that I've been using, and it's a free app. It's available from Cycle Technologies, and it's called DOT. It's called the DOT app. It's free, or there's a $2.99 version which helps you to sync things with your calendar. But what I love about it is that it is it pairs well the natural health and science together. So it's a way of tracking your period, and it also lets you know when you're the most fertile. So if you're trying to plan a baby, then it will let you know when are the days that you should probably be getting your groove on. And if you're trying to avoid making a baby, then it also lets you know what are your high fertility days so that you can avoid action on those days or use other forms of protection. So I really love it, and I have it on my phone, and it's super easy to download. So if you do get it, please shoot me a message on Facebook so I can know that you are using it, and I'll check in with you and see how you like it. Okay, so my third and last recommendation, you're on this class, you're on this Facebook Live because you are interested in knowing how you can support your pregnancy, your baby in a natural, holistic way. I'm going to be sharing the information that I'm learning as I journey along my health and wellness journey, but I do a lot of my own personal research, and each one of us are responsible to really go into this as a student, okay, trying to figure out what's right for you. So I recommend having guides. So the other guide that I use a lot is the Modern Essential Usage Guide. They have an app that you can use on your phone, and then you can also get a little mini guide like this, or they have a hard copy book. All of these are really good resources as a place to start to get your information. I recommend that you find a clinical aromatherapist in your area to work with. I also recommend that you continue to consult with your doctor and that you're under the care of a physician, especially if you're pregnant or hoping to become pregnant. Okay, disclaimer, I am not a doctor, I am not a medical professional, and anything that I say to you are suggestions, and I give this to you in your hands for you to decide how you're going to use it. Okay? So, do we have any questions right now? How's everybody doing? If you're out there, can you give me a thumbs up? So if you're using your phone, there's like right next to the comment section, there's a heart or a thumbs up or a happy face or whatever. Can you give me one of those? I'm going to show you what it looks like. as I push this one, and hopefully you see hearts going across the screen. So I would love to see that you guys are here with me and engaging with me, because this is live and I'm sitting here in my living room, or no, I'm sorry, my kitchen, and I want to know that you guys are here with me and that you guys are listening. So, all right, so let's talk about hormones. Let's talk about fertility. And one of the main things that regulate fertility is hormones. So making sure that our hormones are balanced is a very important part of healthy fertility, right? So some ways that we can regulate our hormones are through use of essential oils like clary sage, clary calm, which is a blend of different essential oils that can help to regulate your hormones, like ylang-ylang, fennel. Spikenard is another essential oil that is a uterine tonic, and it actually helps to ready your uterus for pregnancy. So these are ones that can be used when you're thinking that you're ready to prepare your body to become pregnant. Another thing that you want to think about is, are you getting enough vitamins, minerals, nutrients in your body? Is your body deficient? Okay, so any kind of deficiency, vitamin deficiency, mineral deficiencies, things like that can inhibit pregnancy. So you want to make sure that your body is optimally healthy. And so one way that you can do that, and they usually recommend this, is that you start taking a multivitamin. There are many multivitamins out there, but the multivitamin that I take is called the Microplex. It's called Microplex VM. It's a food nutrient complex, and it has over 22 vitamins and minerals that your body needs in the optimal dosages that your body can actually use and absorb. And it's food based, so that means that your body will recognize it as something that it gets out of food and will actually absorb it. Plus, it doesn't mess with your stomach like some of the other ones do. And if you're vegetarian or vegan, they have a vegetarian option. So that. And the other thing that I take is the E-omega, so omega-3 fatty acids that really help to reduce inflammation in my body and give me the natural antioxidants that I need and support my cardiovascular system. Okay, so another thing that we want to make sure is that your body has a natural balance of your intestinal flora, that your body is has a lot of the good bacteria, and that it doesn't have an over proliferation of negative or bad bacteria or candida. Candida is a yeast. A lot of people are like, well, I don't have a yeast infection, so I don't have yeast. But sometimes you might have things that are going on. Like if you have sluggish, fatigue, you might have depression, constipation, different things that are going on in your body that you have no idea have anything to do with your gut. And so a lot of disease in the body comes from an unhealthy gut. So really beginning to cleanse that is a way to prepare the body to be able to support a healthy pregnancy. Thyme and oregano oil help to clean out your digestive system, and they also help with hormone regulation. So a lot of things that we come into contact with in our environment, like we have cans that are lined with BPA, we have plastic bottles and different petrochemicals that we come into contact with. Well, that can cause an overproliferation of estrogen mimetic compounds in our body. So then that makes our body have an overproliferation of estrogen and too low progesterone. Estrogen and progesterone being in the right balance is what helps to regulate healthy pregnancy and our healthy body cycle, okay? So when you are ready to have a healthy pregnancy, you need to have those at balance. And so ways that you can do that is by using things like thyme and oregano to help the progesterone to go up. You can use things like a phytoestrogen complex to help to eat away the bad estrogen or the estrogen mimetic compounds, and actually to restore your normal estrogen levels to the right levels in your body. So that's something that we can talk about more if you're interested. I want to move along because we're talking about pregnancy, birth, and baby. So we got to get to the point where you get pregnant, right? All right. So another thing that can inhibit pregnancy is stress. I mean, how many of us are under stress, right? We live in just such a stressful world where everything is right now, right now, right now. So some of the things that we can do to help to bring our bodies back into a state of balance is by using certain essential oils that can help to relieve symptoms of stress. So some of those would be like a grounding blend. doTERRA sells one that is a grounding blend, and it has a mixture of different essential oils that help to center the body and bring you to a more grounded, balanced place. Oils like lavender, melaleuca, which is the tea tree oil. Oils like the protective blend, which helps to boost the immune system, and it fills your body with antioxidants. The massage blend, which is called the aroma touch, can really be helpful in causing your body to soothe and to calm. Deep blue is another one that you might recognize. We've talked about it for the past few weeks. Wild orange and peppermint are two others that are really, really good. So that combination of oils that I just listed are actually in a kit. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, then comment here and let me know, like, hey, I want to know more about that kit. So you want to be able to reduce the stress in your body, and you can do that through topical application of those oils that I just talked about, and also you can use some of them in your diffuser. So that's a really good way of reducing stress in your environment for you, for your husband, for your kids. Put some of these oils in your diffuser and have them going throughout the day. I posted a couple of different diffuser blends in the classroom, and the one that I posted today was the geranium, lavender, and eucalyptus. And I have it going right now in my diffuser, and it is really helping my whole mood to change, because before the class got started, I was kind of running around. I have a lot going on before and after this, and so I just needed something that was going to help to calm me down, and it did. All right, let's go into what we're talking about today. So if you have questions about specific things, pregnancy, birth, baby, please, I posted a couple different slides. Feel free to post on that after the class. But if you have questions right now while the video is going, then feel free to post here. And if you end up watching this video after it's no longer live, then please tag me. So just write my name and, Pili Bailey-DoTERRA, and then ask the question so that I can make sure that I get that. All right. So going through pregnancy is such a beautiful time, but it's also such a hard time on your body. Your body is going through so many different changes over such a short period of time, if you really think about it, and you're creating a human. Okay, so some oils that are really, really good for supporting pregnancy and to help some of the symptoms that you come in contact with would be bergamot, which is coming from the bitter orange tree, and it helps with easing leg spasms and aches, which is something that comes about within the third trimester of pregnancy. Some people have it before. It supports your emotional well-being, so it can really help you just have a sense of ease, and it can uplift you because it is from the wild orange tree. So I'm sorry, the bitter orange tree. So it is an oil that is uplifting to the mood. It's one that you can use if you have issues with depression and anxiety. It's a really good oil for that. So it can support you post, or it can support you during pregnancy, and it can also support you postpartum. Okay, so one of the big symptoms that people think about when you're pregnant is what? What's a symptom that you think about? You're pregnant, and what's the first symptom that you can think about? Go ahead and type that in the comments. I'm going to take a drink of water. Breezy, are you still there? Let's see. All right, so one of the main symptoms that I think of when I think of pregnancy is nausea, right? Oh my gosh, so much nausea. I know for me during my pregnancy, it wasn't morning sickness so much, it was like middle of the day sickness into the evening, and it got worse if I didn't eat. So like I was constantly eating because that was the only way that I could stave off nausea. But so one thing that can work, and like, you know, my friends would bring me ginger candy and, you know, sucking on a ginger root. You've heard old mamas tell you, oh, get some of that ginger, you know, to help you with that ginger tea. Well, you can also use ginger essential oil. And if you don't want to take it internally, so I know that some people say it's okay to take essential oils internally. Some people say it's not okay to take essential oils internally. And a lot of times when you're pregnant, you want to be more conservative with what you do so that you can protect yourself and your baby. So if you don't want to take anything internally, topical application is perfect for pregnancy and diffusing. In the case of nausea, one thing that you can do is actually rub that essential oil right there on your tummy, or you can rub it on the lobes of your ears. And you want to make sure that you dilute every single oil that you use while you're pregnant. Even if you're used to using oils and you don't dilute them, you just put the oils on neat. Especially if it's a hot oil, make sure that you dilute because your skin is going to be more sensitive when you're pregnant, and also because it's going to get to the baby, and you want to make sure that you're not putting too much into your baby's system, okay? So lavender is a good oil to use when you're pregnant. It helps to ease anxiety, it helps with muscle tension, and it also helps with skin irritation. You know, you have that stretching belly thing happening, you get some itching in the skin, put some lavender on that. You can add some lavender to coconut oil, and that can be a nice soothing belly balm, and it also will help you to not get the stretch marks. Wild orange. Wild orange is so uplifting. It's just, I call it happiness in a bottle. And you can use that in your diffuser to help ease anxiousness, to help ease anger, to help support seasonal and respiratory, to help support your digestion and to help battle fatigue. So, how many of you guys already use essential oils? Do you guys still, what are your favorite oils? I'm gonna give you guys a second to type it in. So what are your favorite oils, your favorite essential oils for anxiety, to ease frustration, anger? If you don't have any, then you know lavender, wild orange, and bergamot are ones that you can use. So those are really, really good. And then the other oil we talked about a little bit earlier, ylang-ylang. Ylang-ylang is good for easing sadness, frustration. It's one of those oils that are really, really effective at supporting healthy circulatory system and inducing peaceful sleep. So the last three oils that we talked about, lavender, wild orange, and ylang-ylang, can help with sleep. Another oil that can help with sleep is Serenity. Serenity has vetiver in there, it has lavender, it has Roman chamomile. These are all soothing and calming oils that you could use. And I don't know what it is, but when you're pregnant, for whatever reason, sleep doesn't come to you as easily as it once did. And maybe it's God's way of preparing you for the sleep that you're not going to get once you have this child. So there's some oils that help to support you in that process, because not sleeping causes irritability, causes fatigue, causes all these things. And so these oils are to help balance those fluctuations in your stasis. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about oils to avoid when you're pregnant. And I'm going to do a little bit more research on this, But like I said earlier, the book that I recommend for things like how can you use essential oils safely is Essential Oil Safety by Robert Tisserand. It's a very thick book. It is a textbook, and it is intended to be a reference guide. Okay, this is a book that you may need help to go through, especially if you don't have a science background, and I am willing to help you, but I do think that it is worth the money to go ahead and invest in yourself and your family and to get this book. So Robert Tisserand has done countless hours of research in the scientific literature, and he has put together recommendations for the toxicology profiles on different essential oils. Some essential oils can actually be, I'm blanking on the scientific word, but basically it can inhibit the process of growth of the baby in utero, or they can cause the birth defects. So you want to avoid oils that do that. And so the oils to avoid right now are arbor vitae, birch, cassia, cinnamon bark, fennel, myrrh, oregano, and wintergreen. So you want to avoid those oils, and you want to read labels on the blends that you're using to make sure that you are avoiding those oils. Okay. I think using them as individual oils, you're going to get more concentrated impact than you would if you're using it in a blend. And if you're using it in a blend and you're diluting it, then you'll have less likelihood that it's going to affect the fetus. But like I said, I am much more of a err on the side of caution in this season of life when you're pregnant. So, but you can do what you feel is right for you. Again, do your own research. When you're pregnant, you want to dilute essential oils, and here's a rule of thumb: 1 to 2 drops of essential oil per teaspoon of carrier oil. So if you're doing this topically, you want to really dilute, and this might be more dilution than you usually do. So you work it out. You know, obviously oils that are more, they're called warming oils or heating oils, you want to dilute more. And that's one of the reasons why I like the Modern Essentials Guide, is because it gives you the different oils, and then it tells you during pregnancy whether it should be heavy diluted or moderately diluted. And so that's just a nice little quick reference in the back of the book that you can look up. Okay, so this class is going to be kind of short because there are so many recipes on this one that I'm just going to give to you guys throughout, or I might just go ahead and post, no, I'm just going to give you guys different ones throughout the class or throughout the group. I'll post little recipes and things like that. So during delivery, bring your diffuser to the birthing room, to the hospital. If you're having a home birth, then have your diffuser there. You might even, you know, if you have a birthing tub, or if you're planning to labor in a tub, you might even want to put some essential oils in the birthing tub or in the water with you, just to help to relax and ease your body. Again, lavender, orange are really good ones to use. I don't know about this because it's saying lavender, orange, and peppermint. I'm not so sure about using peppermint, especially during birth, because you're wanting your milk to come in. And so peppermint oil for some people can be very drying and can actually reduce production of milk. So I don't know about adding peppermint to the mist when you're pregnant. I'm sorry, when you're giving birth, but you know, you can do what you feel is right for your body. I would probably just use lavender and wild orange as my mist. And then you want to do some things before you give birth to prepare for after, so you can protect and heal your body. So one of the things that I did before was I made a mixture of witch hazel, and lavender. So you can either use lavender, Roman chamomile, geranium, anything that's soothing and calming. And I put that over in some water, and I put some maxi pads in there, and then I froze them so that they could help to be used as a soothing pad after birth. Another thing that you can use is, so after you have the baby, there you might have some emotions, you might be anxious, you might need some support. So you can have, again, that wild orange and that lavender going in the diffuser that can really help to support you. Another thing that you could do is have frankincense going in the diffuser, because it really helps with postpartum sadness. So frankincense, clary sage, lavender, patchouli, put that in your room, have that going, different combinations of right after birth. So there's some other things you can do when you're breastfeeding. Right after you finish breastfeeding, you can apply lavender and olive oil to the nipple to help to soothe it. If you're having any discomfort in the breast after maybe you have a duct plug or you're over engorged, you could use melaleuca, lavender, Roman chamomile, and you just massage that from the top of the breast down, from the armpit down, and you can really help to soothe that area. Again, you want to make sure that you're not using peppermint if you're trying to get your milk supply to come in. Clary sage is very helpful for helping your milk supply to come in. You could use basil or fennel to help to increase your milk supply, but you want to make sure that you're not using fennel more than 10 days at a time, okay? And you have to drink as much water as you can. And then some things that you can do once you have the baby. So I know with my son, Gabriel, he ended up having some kind of like skin, like fungal thing. I think because I was like wrapping him up all the time, and I didn't, I didn't let him just be bare skin a lot. And so my doctor told me to just wash him down with tea tree oil and lavender. So I just would put some warm water in a bowl, and I'd add tea tree oil and lavender. And we did cloth diapering, so I also wasn't using diaper creams or any of those things, because you're not allowed to do that with cloth diapers. So if he had any kind of rawness on his bum, which he never did with cloth diapers, but if he had anything, I would just put lavender and melaleuca too with some coconut oil, and it just clears it right up. So there's a lot of great things you can do for babies with lavender and tea tree oil. Those are the main ones. Lavender, tea tree oil, Roman chamomile are really good for babes. So like I said, there's so many recipes, and I don't want to just keep you here with recipes. So I want to hear from you. What questions do you have? I have resources that I can post later, but if you have specific questions, then this is your time. So go ahead and let me know. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time because I know that there's a delay. And I think while I wait, I'm going to play with the... I don't know why I won't go on my eyes. Oh, there it is. Do 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 do. All right, guys. So I guess maybe there's no questions right now. I know that a few of you were not able. Oh wait, hold on. Don't want to do that. Oh no. Okay. I know that a few of you guys weren't able to join me today, so I don't want to keep you guys. But if you have questions after you watch this video, please feel free to comment on this video or on the different pictures that I posted with pregnancy, birth, and baby questions that you might have. If you want the recipes that I have listed today, I'm going to go ahead and take some pictures and post those so that you have those. And I hope that you guys are having a wonderful week. Please keep sharing this class with other people so that I can keep sharing essential oils with everyone, your friends, your family. And if you have any people that you want me to talk to personally, please connect us. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.